Hello and welcome back to another video. I just wanted to start off by saying that I apologize for my footage in this video. I, again, am a learning YouTuber and I had some issues where even though I was trying to talk loudly, my phone didn't quite pick it up. I did just purchase some microphones, so hopefully that'll help enhance my videos in the future. Besides that, I also am shooting in the wrong format as well, but I think I figured out how to make it look where it's not distracting because I was accidentally filming in portrait mode instead of horizontally, which I think looks more appealing, especially on a television. So with that, I will let you go and watch the video. Today, I'm going to tackle my New Year's, well, I shouldn't say New Year's. I'm going to tackle the first goal I set for myself for 2026, which is to finish up all my WIPs, or at least get my pile to be a lot smaller. Anyone who crafts knows that this is something that happens a lot where we have a lot of inspiration. We want to make all of the different things, but then at some point we get overwhelmed and there's a lot of things we're working on, and some of them get pushed to the wayside for other things we're more interested in. And before we know it, there's a huge pile. Now, I know a lot of some of them are long-term projects that obviously I'm not going to be able to finish in this video. For example, I have a quilt that I'm hand stitching. There's no way I'm going to be able to finish that in 1 week. But it would be nice to do like a panel or two just to get a little bit more progress on it because I haven't touched it in a while. Besides that, I know I also have a bunch of mini products and some other things. Let's go see what I have to work on. All right, so this cubby right here is my WIP pile, and just like at a quick glance, you can see I have like a really destroyed towel. There's some ripped jeans and other things. And first step, I'm just going to take all this out, put it on my table, and see what I have to work with. So let's go do that. I have more. Just wait. I think I have a little bit more to go still. Okay, I think this about does it. So now I'm going to go through and just see what I have to work with and kind of categorize it between what I'm going to frog, what I'm going to work on, prioritize it, probably easier stuff first and go from there. Also, I have like a bunch of random things like receipts and stuff in there. Not sure. Sometimes it kind of ends up being just a dumb one. For general things, I'm too lazy to put away. But let's take a look and see what I got. So first thing I pulled up is a water bottle holder. It's a little carrying thing. It has a buckle that is broken, and I'm pretty sure I can replace this fairly easily. I probably will have to replace both sides, and I'm pretty sure I bought the pieces for this, but I may have to put this off if it takes me a while to find where I put them. So this I'm going to put on the Discover and see if I have what I need to fix. And if not, maybe I'm making another last minute purchase. This is a giant quilt that I am working on. And this is what I was talking about that I'm hand stitching. It's probably a little easier to see from the back than it's hand stitching. So this one, again, I'm not going to finish it in this video, but I would like to do a panel or two of it just to get further at it because it's going to take a while. And I'm going to stick this towards the end of my priority list. Similarly, I have this gorgeous blanket that I've been working on. It is, a lot of people are like, oh, that's done, it's long enough, but I wanted to make it super wide, and the length isn't quite done yet. So this is what I've just been slowly working on. I actually recently this week pulled it back out, left it on my couch to work on. So I've actually been working on it a bit already. And if you're wondering what kind of yarn this is, because it is a gorgeous color, it's the Mandala collection. I think by Lion's brand. I'll have to double check and I'll let you know. I'll put it in the video as a title when I figure out exactly what brand it is. But it is absolutely gorgeous and I love this yarn. And I bought a whole bunch of it. And this was before Joann's closed, probably like a year or two beforehand. But I stocked up on it. So I have a bunch. So that should be good. Let's see. I have a hat that I made that literally all I need to do is sew in the end and also probably put my label on it. Because I think I was planning to sell it, but oh my gosh, this thing's really big for some reason. I'll have to reevaluate and see if I have to frog this and fix it up. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But I'll probably finish it before. But this is going to be a quicker one, so this is going to be a right away file. Let's see. Similarly, I have a matching scarf to go with it. This one, again, just need to sew the ends, put a label on it, and I have to add some decorative buttons. This is a button scarf. I love these because they're so easy to put on. I feel like regular scarves seem like too much. They have like a lot of extra things. I like that this doesn't have too much going on with it. So I like that about this. So that was a quick, just need to tidy up, especially since I have a craft show later this month, so I really need to do it. I have this dress thing. I found this was when Joann's was going out. I saw that they had this quick, easy dress, and I was like, oh, that seems like fun. And I love the colors. I think it's super cute. I didn't follow the directions on because I wanted the bottoms to be more flowy. So I ended up using more material to make sure that it would be good. But the problem is that this, although it's fine, it needs more support. So I think I need to put straps on it, which I kind of was thinking anyway. I don't really enjoy strapless dresses anyway. And so I want to put straps on it, and maybe if I could get more structure, if anyone has ideas how to add more structure to this without, because it's got this nice, I think it's called frocking, I'm not really sure, but I don't want to make it look weird too, but I feel like I would love to have more structure in this area. I also, because this is not as flowy as I want, I think what you do is cut like some slits in it and put like a triangle insert in it to make it more voluminous. This one I have to do a lot of thinking on, so this might be unfortunately put off a little bit longer. I also need to find where the salvage strap is for the rest of it because I cut into the bottom already, which again might cause some problems when I put the inserts in. But I have a salvage because it's much longer, but I need to figure out where I put that. So I'm going to actually put that with my water bottle holder that has the missing thing because I have to find that piece. All right, here I just have a yarn ball. Not sure why this is in here. Am I working on a project with it? Did I start something? Oh wait, here looks like something. What is this? Oh. Okay. This looks like a button scarf that I started and didn't complete. And these are really quick projects, so I'm surprised I started it and then didn't complete. I already have 2 holes. I only had to do 1 more. That's so strange. That's unlike me. Usually I start these and then finish them that day. So this is a weird one. I'm gonna put this one also with my quick finishes up pile. So with that other scarf and hat that I had. And look, I got more yarn for it even already there. I'm not sure why I didn't finish it. All right, this towel has seen better days, and I'm obviously not going to repair this bowl or anything, but I was thinking I could use it either to make, I think I was going to make some cleaning pots out of it. I've been doing that a lot. So I need to just basically cut it up into like nice size cleaning pieces, maybe double it over, make it a little thicker. We'll see how I feel. But this should be a relatively quick process as well. So I think I'm gonna put this with my scarves and things to kind of just get it done. I'm tired of it hanging out at this point. It's not appealing looking by any means, but I would like to salvage the parts that I can salvage because towels are great for cleaning. They have like nice friction for getting off, things that are stuck, and they absorb really well as well. So I would like to use that. What is this? Okay, here's just a tiny yarn ball, but I think I know what this is for. Here it is. Oh goodness. All right, this is gonna take a minute. Got a couple of projects. Hello, Meadow. Oh, this is one of my other cats, by the way. If you haven't met Meadow yet, which I don't think you have, she's our orange tabby. She's a girl, which I'm told is really rare. That's what they tell me every time I go to the doctors, or the vet, I should say. All right, this is going to be a whole project in itself, is detangling these yarn pieces. But essentially, I was thinking, at one point I got a little crochet animal books for my students, and I was making a little hedgehog out of it. And this is the body, and then this is like the face parts and probably the feet and stuff. So I just need to finish this. This again would be a really quick project, so I'm going to throw that over there. But it's entangled in, and I'm going to grab the other thing it's entangled in, because that's going to go over there too in these quick projects. Oh, this is a nightmare. You know, like when usually people do this, like see how like nice and neat their stuff is, and I just have pure chaos. This is par for the course. So at one point when I was, before my mother-in-law taught me the method that she does for socks, and she got really into socks, I actually was starting to make a sock project at that point, and kind of forgot about this, and this was several years ago. What the heck? Oh, look at that. Little finger holders. Well, these would come in handy, but not for socks. So I'm going to actually move this with my sewing stuff, because when I'm hand sewing, sometimes you need that little extra cushion. So I'm going to put those in there. But anyway, I was experimenting with different ways to make socks because I wasn't sure. Like, I wanted to make more socks, but I wasn't sure how I wanted to go about it. So I was trying the 2-at-1 sock, where you do 2 socks on one set of needles at the same exact time. And I guess the benefit is that some people never make the second sock, and that's like a major turnoff for some people. But I didn't have a problem with that. I actually don't mind making one at a time. I found this to be kind of awful, and there's just so much going on. I really hated it. So I'm actually going to frog this and probably make some socks later. But for now, this is just in the frog pile, and I'm going to go through it with the other easy projects. All right. And then the last thing that's entangled in that giant mess. This is a hand towel that I was making. And I know it seems really, really long. It's because it's from my bathroom, and I have those rings to hold the towels. And I don't like how they fold over weird, because usually towels are much lighter. So I went for long instead. So this will fit nicely on the ring, and it doesn't have to be folded over like this. And it's actually a pattern I kind of made up on my own by accident, and I really, really like it. And I'll kind of show you more of a close-up. It's got a really cool softer pattern on this side where it's almost like boxy. And on the other side, it's a lot more textured. Like each of these little circles are bumpy, and it gives a nice grip. And I really like it. And I kind of just was messing around and picked it up. I'm sure it's like a pretty common pattern, because it wasn't hard to do. It's just one row knit and the other one knit one, purl one. Really easy to do. But I love the effect, and I love how pretty it looks. So that's another one. I just need to finish. It's almost done. Actually, this is my bowl of yarn I have left. Also, I hope you can hear me, because I'm pretty far away from my camera and I don't have a mic. I'm trying to talk loud. Hopefully the camera can still pick it up. Not sure. Okay, so those are my quick projects over here. Let's see, what else we got? All right. I have a rose that I made, and I just need to sew it back up. Like, literally, I don't know why I put this off. I feel like anytime I have to go get a needle, I'm just like, I'll do it later. And then I take myself in the butt for it. I've tried to get better habits of just needling it right away. I found the best solution is just to have a needle in every single project bag I have. The problem is that I haven't found the perfect spot in my house yet for me to get a needle. So it works. I've been doing well when I'm on the go, because my project bags all have needles and everything I need in them. But at the house, I haven't quite figured my solution. And that's mostly because I've only lived here for a year. So I'm still trying to figure out my house and the best solution for things. But again, quick project. gonna go over there. I think I have a few more of them in here somewhere, but we'll get to it. This one, a student made for me, but I'm never going to use it. Could be a scarf, could be a belt, could be a set of a water bottle holder. I'm just going to frog it and turn it into one of my gooblets, which are really, really cute little animals. I'll show you a picture of some of them. But I'm going to just turn it into a little scrap yarn for that, because this is not enough to do a project in. Next, I have this tie-dye shirt. I do still tie-dye shirts. This one is really light, and I will keep them usually when they're this light and sell them, because some people actually like the really, really light colored look. But I have like 2 or 3 others that were the exact lightness. So this one I want to spruce up with some stenciling to kind of make it more fun and different. But this is going to be a part of project, and this is not the time of year to do it. I'd rather do this in summer or spring where it's warmer. So this is actually going to go into my figure it out later pile. That's going to take a little bit longer to do. I have no idea what's in this project bag. Let's take a look. Oh, okay, so this is a headband that I am making. I'm actually pretty close to being done with it. I think I just have the number, so it's hard to tell because it's dark, but it's got a really, really nice cable on it. I love making these ones. They're really cool. Sometimes I'll put like a fuzzy fringe on the end, or maybe a flower on the like a flower applique on the side of the headband. Again, I just need to finish this. This is a fun project to take on the go. I just forgot I had it because it was buried so deep in there. So this, I'm going to put in the quick finishes, even though it probably won't be quick. It takes a while cabling, even something so thin. So we'll put that in there. Either that, or I just need to find a spot to put my traveling pieces so I remember. Alright, so this is a fanny pack. Actually, everything's fine on it. There's nothing really wrong with it. Besides that on the side here, it's starting to pull up and there's a little bit of a gap. Now, there's no pocket there or anything, but it just, I feel like, doesn't look nice. So again, this is another quick fix. I just need to reinforce it, sew it down, and make sure it's going to stay tight. But I love this fanny pack. This is one of my favorites. It's got a nice, like, cozy, clothy feeling, which is good, because sometimes, especially if you're like summer and it's like you've got bare skin there for whatever reason, this feels nice against your skin versus some of the plastics that can be sweaty and weird. So that'll go in quick projects. I have no idea why I have socks in here, but these are my husband's socks. Why are his socks here? Oh, you know what? I think he gave these to me and was like, hey, if you need these for projects, I'm getting rid of them. But none of these socks have holes in them. I wonder if he just didn't have a matching pair. I don't know. I'm really confused by the socks. I'm gonna ask him when he comes home. So that'll be an ask for later. I think these are a pair of my husband's pants too. Oh, they have a tiny hole in the crotch, and he's acting like they can't be used anymore. I'm like, no one would even see this, and I could easily do what I do with some of my other things and just reweave it in a dark color, or maybe use a dark patch. Nobody would ever know. So I think I'm gonna just repair these for him, because that's the only thing. These are perfectly good jeans. They're nice, solid ones. Sometimes he's like really picky for no reason. I'm gonna repair those for him and see if he even notices that they have a hole in them. Alright, and I think, oh, these ones, but here's his paint pants, and same thing, he busted open the crotch. But I feel like these ones even more so. I'm like, who cares if there's a patch there? These are paint pants. These are not, like, if he's got like all these paint splotches, like they're meant to be dirty and gross. I'm just gonna fix those, and then he has his paint pants back. He doesn't have to waste another good pair of pants for no reason. So that'll go in quick fixes. We got, oh, this one's a doily. And actually, all I have to do is sew in the 2 ends. That's it. And then this would be done. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It's cute. I should probably, I've never starched before. If anyone has a good starching recipe, let me know. But maybe I'll starch this one and try that out. And then I got another flower that I just literally need to roll up and sew. Another quick one. Where'd my other flower go? I should put those together. Ah, here it is. Okay. Getting lower. I still have a lot. Okay, so this is another one of my working where I like travel around, take these with me. So these are some of the cleaning cloths I made. Now this one started off really nice and good, but I ran into a problem, which was, and let me get closer to show you, which was like in here. I wasn't sure if this was one or two spaces or one of them like that. I can't remember which one. Maybe it's up here. Yeah, this one here. I thought it was two spaces, but then as I keep going, it actually is only, oh, let me focus. So I thought it was two spaces, but as you can see, it actually is one space. So I messed it up all the way back here, and I really don't want to cut it and redo it. Like, these are just wiping cloths that I use in my kitchen. I really, really love them. So it's like, I'm at this weird, do I care enough to like cut it out and redo the whole thing? Because I went in weird directions. Like I went both horizontal and vertical at the same time with the same piece of thread. This is not one piece of thread and this is another piece. There's like, I went down this way and that way and this way and that way. I don't know why I did that, but I did. So I'm like, do I care enough? Am I going to restart the whole thing? Or do I just make random lines and then be like, oh yeah, it's just a clean cloth. Who gives what it looks like? And that's just why this is sat here for so long, because I do like doing them. They're fun. They're quick little projects that take on the go. I got a little bag for them. But and actually, if you ever looking for what to do with old stained napkins or what are they called? Tablecloths. This is actually what I did. I went to a flea market and someone just had free on a bunch of fabrics and it was old stained tablecloths and napkins. And I'm like, perfect. I'm like, this is a great material. And I use them in my kitchen constantly. Here, let me show you. Probably shouldn't show you the dirty one, but so I make, oh, the light. Here we go. Better. So I make, again, I'm sorry, I'm showing you the dirty one right now, but these cleaning cloths, they're a lot of fun. I use the sashiko technique, and it gives them strength and durability where these napkins and stuff are really flimsy normally. But once you add the sashiko to it, it makes it really sturdy and durable. But they do a really great job at cleaning, and I love them. Actually, here's another one that I've done. And again, they're a little dirty, but they're made to clean, so I'm not too worried about it. So this one, I have to decide whether I just am going to go for it and just make it whatever goes, which I probably will end up doing. It's kind of frustrating, but it'll be easier than trying to figure out how to fix it. So that one, I think I'm just going to stick this with this as my travel projects. And these are like, they're not going to necessarily be a part of this because these are just, whenever I leave the house, I always take a project with me unless I know I'm absolutely not going to use it. But usually car ride or something, I love to be doing something with my hands. So I have tons of these little project bags that I take with me, and just whatever project I feel like doing is what I work on. So I'm going to put these in the project pile, and I think I'm going to have a different spot for that. All right. Since I'm talking about projects, let's pull out this one. Why not? And this one again is going to my current project pile. This is a sock that I'm working on. I got past the heel on the foot. I made it really, really long. I love how this turned out. Let me get a close up. But I love those cool little spaces that it has. It looks really nice in the gradient that this has. So gorgeous, so beautiful. And this is just, I just wanted to show you some of the projects I'm working on. So that's current sock project. I usually have one of those going at all time. So in the current projects, And since I'm doing current projects, this is another one that I have that I'm kind of at a stopping point and I need to figure out what I'm doing with it. And I was making a cow, and I don't know, I've redone this like 4 or 5 times now for different reasons. At first, it took me a while to figure out the pattern, and I didn't like how it was first done, so then I figured out how to do it the way I want to do it, because I was trying to practice and learn Pharaoh. So I redid it that way, and now, I don't know, I feel like it wouldn't be something I would wear, so now I'm at a weird stopping point where I'm like, do I continue going or do I not? I haven't touched this project in about a year now, and I'm not sure what I want to do with it. So if you have, I'm actually thinking about going back and trying the original pattern as it was, because I did like it. I found it at a craft show and I found it really inspirational. I immediately downloaded the project and wanted to do it. So let me know what you think I should do. But I'm just leaning towards, unfortunately, frogging it for like the 6th time and restarting it again. I know that probably makes a lot of people cry because I am really far in that. And if you know, like, how small fingering yarn is, you would know how long this actually took me to make. So, yeah. I don't know. Let me know what you think I should do. Maybe I'll put a poll up if I should frog it and keep going or what. All right, Hal's getting much smaller. Okay, I'm gonna do this one I held it up before. So I have this cleaning cloth that I made. It actually is fine for the most part, but when I washed it recently, it's hard to tell. There's some holes that showed up. So like here's a hole, and you can see those holes pretty good. This is a big hole. I can actually stick my finger in it. So this one, I just need to sew and fix those holes. I don't think it'll be too hard to do. I'm debating whether I want to do a patch over it or if I just want to do a decorative sew. So we'll be creative with this one and I'll let you know what I come up with. But this will go in quick projects. Let's see. Another flower I just have to sew up. This is a really cool one. I like that. As you can tell, I like making little things. Don't know why. All right, and these 3 are kind of all the same. So I have these drawstring bags here. It looks like one has a drawstring. Actually, I think 2 of them do. I have 2 drawstrings. I think this one might still need one. I don't see it anywhere. But these, I usually put a liner in it. Oh, wait, no, the drawstring's inside of this one. Okay, so I just need to put a liner in them and also my logo, and then they're done. So these ones just got stopped because I think I want to go to my sewing machine. But like I said, I have a craft show coming up soon, so I need to finish these. So I'm going to put these on a higher priority, just like the scarf and hat that I just need to finish up. So highest priority are these ones. Getting close to the end, getting close. Let's see, these are some pajama pants that I have. I've had these for a long time. I think my grandmother gifted them to me. Oh, wait. No, never mind. These are from when I was a camp counselor. I lied. I was thinking of my other camp pajamas. These ones are from when I was a camp counselor, and I haven't done that since I was in middle school, high school. I think these might have been high school, but I think, oh, it's on the back here. At the bottom of my pants, they're starting to get rips. So I need to just patch these up and fix them. The rest of them are solid though. No crotch holes or anything, which is great. And I've worn them a bit because I love the color. And they're nice and comfy. So just need to fix those tears. I'm not sure. It must have got caught on something in the washer machine. So I just need it, or dryer, one or the other. That should be a quick fix. I'll put that with the pants. We're going to be a mending day. I'm confused by this. Don't know why this is here. This should be in my scrap fabric. Confused. Maybe I put it aside for an idea. So this is a quilt that I thrifted, and it just needs to be finished up. Like someone did all the quilting work and then just didn't finish it. and I got it for a pretty good price. I don't remember what that was, but I like the colors of it because it matches our kind of nice home aesthetics. And I did already get a backing material that goes well with it. So I just need to put batting with it and the backing. I think what's holding me back is I've actually never finished a quilt. The other one I showed you earlier where I'm hand stitching, that's the first quilt I've actually made. So I figured this would be a good experiment for like how to finish a quilt because I've never done one before. I feel like it shouldn't be hard, but I know I have to do edging and I have to sew it down and do some creative sew. I think that's part of it too, is the sewing the layers together. On my machine, I haven't really done that, and there's not a lot of extra room on sewing machines when you have all the quilting material, especially if you don't have a quilting sewing machine. So if you have a good video for me to watch or some, materials that would help me get this sewn, please send them my way. I'm gonna put this in the later pile because, well, I think I have batting, but I need to do more research. So this is not a right now this week because I only got a couple days left this week. I'm gonna extend this to next week because there was a lot of things that didn't quite go my way this week. All right, next. I have this belt that I was braiding at one point. This doesn't belong here. And I just have it in my work in progress because I didn't finish it. I wonder if I should just make this into a necklace, but I feel like a belt would be pretty cute made out of this. Not that I wear belts ever, but it's really cute. I love the colors. So this is just a finish, and I think if I just stick it in the do it now, finish it, it'll actually get done because it's not hard to do it. It doesn't take that long. I just haven't touched it. All right, we got another very ripped towel. Same thing as the other towel. I want to salvage what I can, use it for cleaning cloths, and then the rest just toss. So we're going to put it in there with the other towel. And nothing else, at least my piles are organized now. All right. Then I was trying to learn how to spin yarn, and I feel like I did an okay job. But I also think I should watch more videos to figure out good techniques and stuff. I learned that I wasn't supposed to be holding like this entire giant thing while spinning, and I just added in as I need. But I feel like I should do a little bit more research because I kind of just tried it without learning anything or watching anything. And I don't think I'm doing bad, mostly because, I've done a whole bunch of different crafts, so I feel like I have a general idea of how to keep even tension and stuff. Here, I'll show you what I have so far. So I have, if my camera would focus. I don't know, I think overall, I don't really have too many slugs or pills or anything, but I'm learning, obviously. This isn't perfect, but I feel like I have overall around the same thickness throughout, which is nice. And I feel like I would like to know more information before I continue on. And I also haven't gotten comfortable enough to throw it into my regular rotation because I have to think about it a lot. It feels hard to just pick it up and do it when I have all these other things. But I would like to do more of this and learn more about it. So I'm going to put this put it off for now, mostly because I want to know more information. And again, if you have any great videos for me, please send them my way because I would love to learn more. Ooh, this one. So this is a kit that I got at Rhinebeck, and I'm like 90% done with it. I just need to finish. I loved making it. It is so cute. Let me get it closer. So it's got this cute little cat pumpkin. I've done so much of it. Actually, it looks like all I have, I already drew my little things here to go and do over. I finished all my leaves. I'm going to do I think it's either a black or a brown border around this, and then I'm all done. 90% done. Just need to finish it. This I enjoyed doing a lot, actually. That was a fun project. So we're gonna put that in the finish soon. Oh. I don't know why this is in works in progress. I haven't even touched it yet. But I think it's because as soon as I finish my other sewing ones, this is like one of the next ones I want to do, which I think I just picked up. That's at Joanne when they're going out of business, because it was cute and it looks small and wouldn't take up so much of my time. And I've been trying to get more into embroidery, so I'm just gonna pull this for later because this is not even started yet. This is they do it when other ones end. And then I have another crafting kit that I got from Rhinebeck. Not this past year, but the previous year that I want to finish. Well, I haven't even started it yet, but they're nice because they come with everything. And again, if you want to get into embroidery, I feel like these are pretty fun. Or even felting because they all like felting, or this one might actually be more quilting because it uses regular material. The other one was more like felting because it uses felt. So yeah, and this again, I'm going to put in the for later pile because I haven't started it yet. But those two are on my next after I finish my cute kitty pumpkin. It's got a pattern I bought. I have a book now where I'm keeping, or binder where I'm keeping this stuff. So this I just need to put away. This is not even supposed to be here. So put that aside. Again, crochet hook. I don't think I used anything. Oh, you know what? This one goes to that scarf that I started but didn't finish. So they'll put it with that fuzzy scarf. This is actually not a headband. It was holding fabrics together and I thought it would be cool, but it does work as a great headband though, so I have used it a few times. See, perfect headband. But this should probably be in my hair stuff in my bathroom, not here. So I need to put that away. All right, and what's in this bag? All right, so this my mom gave me. She gave me a whole bunch of stuff that she got from my grandmother, and I just have to figure out what I want to do with them. So here's like a cute, like almost like Japanese style embroidery. It's not a cross stitch, it's definitely embroidery, although she's doing, I don't know what it's like half of the F's. So I'm not sure. And I also don't know if it came with instructions or just with the floss and it's like, oh, just color it on your own pace. I don't know. Let me know. Should I finish this one or should I just toss it? It's pretty cool and unique. I might just finish it. And it looks like it comes with some flosses in here. All right. And there's a random knitting pattern. Knit 1, purl 1, knit 3, purl 1, knit 2, knit 1, purl 1. Why wouldn't that just say knit 3? Why knit 2, knit 1? Doesn't make sense. Purl 1, knit 3, purl 1, knit 2. No idea. This one I'm probably, should I try this pattern out, see what it makes? I guess I could. Maybe it'll look really pretty. It's hard to tell sometimes. Maybe I'll try that one out and see if it looks pretty. There's also random things in here. This is why I threw it in here. I was like, oh, I'll deal with this later. It's a nightmare. All right. What's in this? Oh, all cream colored floss. I wonder if that was for like the background of this. Oh, I don't want to color in the background. I don't know. Let me know if you think I should finish this one. I'm gonna put this off. This wasn't a me project. It is pretty. It is cool. It doesn't necessarily fit my house size. But maybe I could make it and sell it or something. Although I feel like the money I'd make on it is nowhere near the amount of hours it would take to make it. So put it away for later. I think maybe I'll test out this pattern, see what it makes. I feel like you wouldn't do the same thing over and over again. Usually like something like this would have different rows, where each row is a little different. I think I'm just gonna throw this out. I feel like it's one row of the pattern that my grandmother wrote and probably missing the other ones. Maybe it's just the hard one and the other ones are just all knit or something. So I think this is garbage. Just gonna throw it away. Got some yarn in, so this can be tossed. I think these are all my receipts from Rainbow. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw all this out. This is garbage. All right, so that is me sorting through them, and I will randomly take videos of me working on a bunch of these. We'll see how much I can get done. I'm actually surprised I was able to go and do this week. Because yeah, it's Thursday. So I literally just have Friday and then the weekend. I was debating because I randomly decided to start working out again. I was debating whether to switch my weekly goal to that because I have been good and kept up with it all week. And that was, even though it wasn't my original goal, I feel like that almost would have been a better goal to start the year. That's enough talking for now. So I'm going to go start on some of these projects and I'll check in with you as I get some of them done.
And if you would like to hear the backstory of how I ended up starting to work out, because it wasn't a normal happenstance, I didn't decide going into the year that was what I was going to do. So if you'd like to know the backstory behind that, please check out my video on Patreon. It is under my paid subscriptions, but you can join my Patreon as low as for $1 a month. I hope you guys check it out if you want to know more details about things behind the scenes as well for this channel. All right, and back to the main video. I just wanted to give you a progress update. So I went and sorted through all those piles and made them a little bit easier and better organized. So over here I have all of my mending stuff as well as some of the larger sewing projects that I'm going to put off until later. The tie-dye one, I just didn't really know where to put it, but it kind of went with the clothes. Here's all the embroidery stuff that I have. I kind of put all those together. So I have one I'm working on and then newer ones in the back. And then that one I don't know what to do with yet from my grandmother is here. And then on my sewing table, I have all the things that I'm going to be doing real quickly and need to just have a quick sew. So now that I've showed you all of my works in progress, I am ready to go start making some of these. You at home, I hope you go find something you're crafting as well, whether it's one of your whips or something else that you really wanted to do artistically. Please come join along with me while we go ahead and work on some of these projects. And then here's the quick projects that I think it's gonna be my goal for today. But actually, I'm gonna start with a completely unrelated project that I remembered about as I was walking around my house doing this, which is my cat tree. I have a bunch of these ends and stuff in here that just need to be glued down. So I'm just gonna take some hot glue to it, and that's where I'm gonna start today.
Right, let's assess the damage. Okay. Got a little ball. I really wish my outlet was just like 3 inches more closer. I already moved my table, but it's gonna be tough. I think I might move over again. Maybe from over here. And as you can see, my cats love this thing, so I want to put it back in condition. Not that they wouldn't use it, they still would use it for sure, but right where they scratched the most is where all this came off. And I don't know how often they glued it. But I can see like some glue residue, and it doesn't look like it was that good. And if I need more rope, I do have some more rope I can use. Doesn't matter to them what it looks like. Silly me. Let's make this easier. Grab this twist out. This would have made it a lot easier if I did this to start. Ouch. You guys can play with that. Let me try to fix some of these bottom ones. Oh, hot, 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 hot. That hurt. So one bad thing about hot glue, it can be quite painful if you touch it too early. And I'm glad I kept these pieces, these little straight pieces, because I don't think they mind with them being scraggly and stuff. And I knew it was going to be a quick, easy fix with some hot glue too. Well, this is just chaos in here. What on earth? Ah, okay. I don't even know why I'm talking. I'm probably going to time lapse this anyway. I think it's more to keep myself company. Know what I mean? At this point, it might have been easier just to take some of the rope I have and just completely redo it from start to finish. But I want to save as much as I can, so it makes me feel better. And I perceive this as being easier too, whether it is or not. My perception says this is easier than taking it all off and re-ripping it. Think of this as like rewinding on itself really easily. It's already looking a lot better. And I don't want to get the glue on all the fibers either, because they want the scratchiness, so I don't want to make it just feel like glue. Because cats can be very picky about textures. Not always. Some cats like anything. Some can be very, very picky. My little boy, for example, he's very picky about textures. And this is actually one of his favorite toys, too. So this is probably where I should have did this earlier, because it definitely suffered from not being done the right way. Whereas I think if I did this earlier, it may not be as bad. And I have a feeling my husband threw away this one because these are definitely too long to fit in there. So then I might have to do with some new rope, which means the color won't match, but it's okay. It's a scratch post. But it's looking infinitely better. I feel like this also will not be enough rope for this. So at this far, I have this little gap here as well as this bigger one. I'm going to go see what I can use to fill those gaps. All right, so this is what I was able to find. It's not quite the same color, but it's pretty close. It is extra scratchy, so the cats will enjoy it. So we're going to go with that. It'll give them all the right textures they need. I'm not sure what exact we have just this little twisted rope. So I'm not sure what fibers this is, but it's definitely a very fibrous rope, very rough, which I think the cats will enjoy. This is actually a much softer rope, but I think this will still work. And it's pretty damn close And I bought this a number of years ago, back when I thought I was going to make a whole bunch of these to make a cat tree, which I did actually make quite a few of them, but never made the trees. So that could be a fun project to do in the future, is actually do that project that I've been putting off for literal years. It's probably actually close to a decade now, because I believe I bought those parts right after I finished college, so maybe not a decade yet. Actually, ooh, I don't remember what year I graduated, but it might have been graduate college. I think I might have graduated the 2010s. So it actually is 10 years over now. Oh God. I remember when high school was like 10 years and I was like, that's crazy. But now to know my college has been over 10 years, oh my God. I'm getting old. I also think it's funny, I don't know what year I graduated college. No, it would have been after 2010. Because I graduated high school in 2008. A lot of it's, I don't remember what year I graduated college, but I took a past year off and didn't graduate in 4 on top of it. So, because I switched majors, changed schools, normal stuff. So I always forget what year I actually graduated college. But I did do it. I could not wait to be done with it. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed college. It was a lot of fun. But it also was and at times very stressful. Well, I don't know if I was stressed. I always had fun. I'm not sure that's pretty close. I feel like if you weren't looking at it real close, you might not even know that it was different. All right, the real question is do I try to fill in this tiny little gap here with it? I feel like I may as well. I'm in here doing it. May as well do it right. I'm also really glad I bought this like over the 10 years ago. I feel like if I were to buy, well, it was like an entire reel. If I were to buy that reel now, I don't even want to know how much it would have cost. I think it was like $20 then, which when I was, in college, that's a lot of money. At least it was. Now $20 is nothing. But then $20 was a good bit to spend on something you weren't even sure if you were gonna do. All right, we're all done. What do you think? Give me a 1 to 5 rating. Let's spin this bad boy on. Maybe I should clean it up a little bit. All right, let's go. Well, my cats are gonna be so happy that this thing isn't beat the hell anymore. There's like a little fringing here, but it's kind of like matted almost. I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, I figured I'd give you a little bit of a cat background. Got cat. And now I'm gonna tackle all these little quick projects that won't take very long. So let's just go ahead and do it. I was originally planning on finishing this, but I don't know where the book is. I think it's in my doom room somewhere. And yeah, I have a doom room. And that's probably something I am gonna go and clean on this channel so you can see how bad it is. It's not as bad as it looks because everything's actually organized. It's more, I don't know where to put things because, again, it's a new house and I don't have a lot of storage solutions yet, and I've slowly been working on them. But since I'm unemployed, getting storage solutions is like low on the priority list of things to budget for. But if you ever want to help me, get some of those things, that'd be wonderful. I have a Patreon account. By all means, feel free to help support me as a content creator. And who knows, maybe you can make some of my dreams come true of having a lovely storage solution for all of my things. So this one I'm going to have to actually put off until I find the book. Hopefully it's right where I think it probably is, and it won't take so long, but there's a lot of things on top of it, which is why I didn't want to go through and do it. So I'm not going to do this one today, but I got plenty of other things that I can do, so let's get at it. Starting with this. Now I could cut, but maybe I can figure out what, oh, here. There we go, there's the end. And this is one of those like finger knitting projects. The kids at my school love doing this. So, and this should just, yep, unravel real easy. This will be the easiest one, I'm sure, by far. Just make a bowl. And this is always so satisfying. If anyone who knits or crochets knows exactly how satisfying it is to just pull and have it all come undone. Not satisfying when you're not trying to make that happen, but very satisfying when you are. I don't know why I keep looking off into space like there's something there. There's literally no one here. I'm at home alone at my house. Also, some people might be wondering why there's a bunch of Christmas decorations, and I've already said it's the new year. So my husband and I like to keep them up until it's no longer winter time. So probably after February would be when we take them down. We like our house to look, seasonal. So we have different decorations we go through every season. And that's part of the reason to our winter decorations. We try to do more winter themed and less holiday if we can help it. All right. So first one done. Now let's get to some of these flowers and do them next, because that's the next easiest, I think. Starting with this itty bitty baby one. Right, so I learned when you're doing these flowers, like instinctually you want I would always roll them where the flowers curl up. But I actually learned you're supposed to do the exact opposite. You're supposed to curl it to the flowers go downwards. And I guess it makes it look more dynamic or something. I'm not really sure. But it does make it look nice. Also, if you have any really cute looking flower patterns, please by all means send them to me. I love making flowers. It's a lot of fun. One of my favorite things to do with extra yarn that I have. Look how cute that's gonna look. All right, I think that's exactly where I want it. So let's start stitching this one up. You don't want to make them too tight that they pinch, but you want to make them tight that they're not gonna shift. So it's a weird balance. This was made out of some soft yarn that I had left over. And it's fun to make them all different sizes because they'll look better on different size projects. I always have fun with like the last one. I don't want to like fully pin it down to the one before it because I want it to still, have movement and be like organic looking, but when it just flops down, it also just looks weird as well. So it's like, how far do you tack this up so it still does both of those things? So here's my first one. Get it nice and closed. And I'm just going to keep it like this. I'm not going to sew these ends because I actually use that to help adhere the flower to what I'm adding it to. So one done. Let's do the next one. This one I'm actually hoping I have enough yarn for because it's not very much. Maybe it'll be fine, but it is a large flower, so. Another trick too is to lay it down and kind of make it fall the way you want it to, because sometimes when it's too curled up, it doesn't look good. You want like a little bit of spread, so laying it down like this can be really helpful, and then sewing it together and like looking at it, it's pretty spaced out, but I know it looks exactly how I want it to. And I'm just hoping I have enough thread here, because I might not for this one. Well, I guess I won that game of yarn chicken. That was kind of real close. But fortunately, I didn't have to sew down this one because it's pretty starchy and kind of is sitting like that on its own. So I think this should be okay. I might at some point get another string and go through it just to make it a little bit more secure. But for now, I think that's good. I like the sparkles at the tips and the deep purple at the inside. Real attention grabber, that one. Alright, this one's got plenty. So let's rip it up. And I find letting it sit on the table real helpful, especially for the chunkier ones. I feel like the smaller ones don't need it as much. You can go tight and they're fine. Alright, so there's that one. All three are done now. I'll get you a picture at the end of all of them together. Now let's sew in the strings for this little guy. One done. Oh, this one's so small. Why? Why did I do this to myself? Both done. I'm gonna look up how to start this, then I'll probably send a picture of, show you guys a picture of me trying to stretch it out to make it look nice. Next easy project, we're gonna frog these 2-at-1 sock. I think I will actually make these socks at some point, but I'm not doing two up again. I'm gonna do my typical sock pattern. Do you have any cool suggestions of patterns to do for these specific color tones? They're like, it's like a bluish green to orange. Send me some patterns. I'll try them out. I tend to every single time I do socks, I always pick a pattern based off of the dye color of the sock that I'm making. This one's thicker than what I normally do. I don't think this is fingering weight. I think it's thicker than that. So if you got any patterns that you think would be good for a thicker sock, maybe I'll just do a regular plain sock because of that. I don't know. But stick around. I'll keep you in touch on this one, although my current sock project's gonna take a while. Actually, maybe less now. I figured out how to make it shorter per se, because I was making it overly complicated in my head for no reason. But I made some notes on my pattern and now I have to think way less. I don't know why I didn't do it from the start, but live and learn. Let's start frogging. And again, nice satisfying pulls. Woo! Oh, comment down below. Do you prefer to, when you make your socks, if you make socks, do you prefer to go toe up or So like toe up, or do you prefer to go ankle down? Comment, let me know. So far, I've actually never done toe up socks. I've only ever done ankle down. But if you do like toe up, please let me know why, and if it's something I should attempt or try to see if I would like it. Because this was my only toe up experience, and well, again, it was mostly because of the technique. I didn't like the technique. And if you're curious what technique I use now, I use the 2 needles at once. So you have like 2 circular needles, one on either side, holding each half of the sock, and that is so much easier. I used to use the double pointed needles. I didn't have a problem with it. It just was harder to transport because you're always worried that they might come off the ends. And I know now they have like stoppers for the ends, but it's still like a weird, cumbersome project because of all the needles and trying to make sure that they're staying put like they should and not, being naughty like needles like to do, especially when they have a lot of open ends. So yeah, I really like the 2 circular needles. It's really nice because you just sit it on the length in the middle. I don't even know if you can see it. I don't know if my camera is going to focus on this tiny, tiny setting. This is probably like a size 1 needle. So yeah, I find that so much easier. And again, I don't mind doing 2 separate ones. For me, socks is like just something to keep my hands busy. I always find that funny when people ask me, they're like, oh, I would never have patience for knitting or whatever. And it's like, it's not having patience. I mean, if you feel like you gotta rush through something, you're not really, then it's clearly not the project for you. Like I feel like anyone who enjoys knitting or crocheting could tell you it's not like you're not expecting to get everything done in a day. Like that's never going to happen. You just pick it up when you pick it up and do it whenever you feel like doing it. Granted, it helps when you have momentum on a project, but I feel like when you get experience and stuff, it's not as bad to pick it up, put it down, unless it's got a really complicated pattern. Then it's easier to do all in, a continuous span of time. That's pretty fun. Although I will say for socks, I feel like overall I'm okay with most of the structure of my socks, and I have one that I like right now. I feel the part that I want to work on next is improving where the toes are and stuff. I forget what that one's called. I guess just like the toes. I want to make more wider, like a wider toe box, because I think it's 2 years ago now, I switched over to barefoot shoes. So I am more accustomed now to having my toes spread further. And I don't want a narrow toe. I actually want more of a rounded toe. And granted, I haven't done a lot of research yet, but I haven't perfected how I like the toes of my socks to be. So if you have suggestions for nice rounded toes, please send them my way. Would love to hear about them. Love, love, love it. Feel like I'm flying through these projects. Look at me. Finishing my whips. All right, another project down. And I don't know about the rest of you, but I always like to twist in my ends at the end so they don't come unraveled when I have balls. Although now that I have a cake winder, I could have caked these. So I'm going to put these in my sock yarn pile. I'm going to put this in my doublet end of ball yarn piles. And then I'm going to give myself some homework assignments tonight. And actually, I'm pretty surprised. I think I might actually get through most of my whips in the next day or so without really breaking too much of a sweat. And I was worried that Thursday was too late in the week to get started on it. So I'm going to finish this. I think I can finish this tonight. And I think I might also, there's some of that yarn. So I'm going to finish this tonight. And I think I can also finish this scarf tonight as well. This way tomorrow I can do all my buttons to finish the scarves and the hats and do the sewing machine to get my labels on everything. And I think that will be a good goal for tomorrow, is to get the sewing machine done, and then maybe if I'm feeling up to it, doing some mending. But I think for today, I'm gonna end it here. But again, homework for tonight.
All right, just want to do a quick check-in and show you how my homework went. So I did finish this scarf. It totally is good. Now all I have to do is sew in my end and add the buttons, but I'm glad I did this first before finishing the other ones because buttons is such a pain in my butt. It takes me forever to pick out which ones I want, and also sewing them on. It's one extra step that's really annoying. So I'd rather do two in the same time. So I'm glad that this is done now. Also, this, I was hoping to finish it. I did not realize how long it would take for me to make this. I think I was probably like this far before, so I did get a lot further, but it was a lot of work, especially to keep like the even tension. And I made sure like none of them twisted anywhere, and that takes such a long time. So yeah, I do want to finish this. I don't have too much left. Like, you should have seen how long these were before. But it's still got a long way to go. I'm going to continue to work on this as well. I don't know how much I'll get done today because, again, it was a long process, but I'm just going to keep it on the couch with me and keep working on it. I found that putting it in a clipboard was the easiest way to hold it. Usually when I do like braiding and stuff, I just do it in my hands, but this one, because it was hurting my hands and I was pulling too much, so using the clipboard helped relieve some of my hand tension, so I don't have as much pain in my hands, which is great. While I was doing those things, I remembered I had a couple more WIPs that I completely forgot about, so I'm going to show you those as well. So I have this here, which is a belt that I was working on. It is basically a humongous friendship bracelet. So I have these for organization purposes, but it would be nice, obviously I am not finishing this in this video, but it would be nice to do another panel, which is usually my goal, is just to do like one panel. They take a long time to do. I did complete a belt like this once already. I don't know where it is. It got lost in one of my moves when I was in college, but it's a lot of fun in here. I'll do a nice close-up of it. It's absolutely gorgeous and such intricate in and outs. You really have to pay attention as you go. But it's a lot of fun to do. So I have this one. And again, I think my goal would just be to do kind of like one more panel of this. This is more of a long-term project, so I'm going to stick this in my long-term project pile. But it should be there anyway and not where it was away from everything else. The other one that I remembered I had this is like a quilting patch that I was working on. And actually it looks pretty done to me. So I sometimes do like some freehand, just like little quilting patches just for fun. And all I need to do is put a border and a backing on it because I was backing each of them individually. Let me show you actually one that I've already completed. Here's one that I've completed. And again, there's no rhyme or reason. I kind of am just using my fabric scraps in a fun and creative way. And this is just to get me the creative juice flowing and try something a little different. So like I have some like French knots here to really emphasize these gold circles that were on this pattern. And sometimes I'll do some cool stuff. I added some notions to this one. I have a few buttons just for fun. This is like a fabric remnant. If you've ever bought fabric at the edge, they usually have like the manufacturer and some other words and stuff, but this is just like 1, 2, 3 on it. I thought it was cool. I wanted to add it in. And then I had the opposite side, which I did a really, really cute little hidden cat panel, which I thought was adorable. And yeah, so this one looks like I've finished sewing it, which I didn't even realize I was done with it. I just had to finish putting the backing on. And I got inspired to do this from a video that I watched on slow hand, and it's just kind of like real fun, free stitching. So I was like experimenting with this one. I did a few little stars. I had some Pokemon fabric, so I made this one Pokemon themed. This one was kind of more Legend of Zelda themed, but they overall kind of have a similar color scheme. And I'm just excited to do more things like this. I was gonna say I was gonna put this in my like travel projects, but it looks like this is already done. I just need to finish it off. So this will be, I'm gonna put this with all my sewing mending projects
because this should be a real quick one and it's a similar skill. As for today, homework-wise, I'm going to continue to work on this. Going to try to finish that out. I'm going to try to work on some of my ones that go on my sewing machine. I don't have a lot of time today because I have a bunch of errands I have to run, and I'm also having dinner with my parents tonight. So I feel like I don't have a lot of time, but we'll see what I can get through, and I'll videotape whatever I can as I'm doing it. If I don't see you today, I'll see you tomorrow. So let's start off with the easy stuff, which is just sewing in all my ends. And I'm probably just going to time-lapse most of this. But we're going to do this, and then we'll get to sewing machine stuff. Everyone say hello, Cookie. Hello, pretty girl. Did you miss me? I wasn't gone for very long, Cookie. You can be my sister. Hey, where you going? Excuse you. Hey, let go. This is mine.
So I took a break to play with my cat because obviously she needed some love and attention. And then I forgot to film the rest of it. So here you're going to hop back in until after I finish doing all those small little tedious tasks.
So I just finished sewing in all my ends and adding all my buttons. So here's my first scarf. And then here's the second one. My hat's all ready to go. And then I have my drawstring bags. So now I have to go to the sewing machine. I have to put in all my labels and all my items, and then also put the liner in these two dice bags because they have, I should say drawstring bags, not dice bags, because they have large holes in them. So I want to make sure they're nice and lined and nothing will come out of it. And these are the labels I'm going to be putting on. Got some custom labels for my products. So yeah, I'm going to go do that and then I'll chime back in when I have that all done.
And here's a final look at all of the projects that I was just working on. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. And as always, please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below. Every comment that you make really helps this channel out, and I would really, really love to help make this community grow. So I'm counting on you out there. Please come out and help me get started.
Hold on, mommy intervention. Ladies, be nice. You sisters, be nice to each other. Where's your toys? You want a toy? Losing train of thoughts. This was an interesting one. I feel like the only reason I bought this is because of this weird brush thing. Because my one cat, Charlie, for some reason really loves the bristles on toilet brush. Don't know why. I tell him no all the time, but he really likes to eat the bristles on toilet brush. And I find it rather repulsive for obvious reasons. So I got this thinking, well, this is like same material as toilet brush. He should like it. Little
Doesn't even use it. Don't know why, but it is what it is. You can only do so much.
Hey, who said you could froof? Charlie? Hey, who said you could froof? You want to show everyone you love for toilet brush? What is Charlie? You like this?
No, don't eat the toilet brush. No. No, you're not allowed to eat it. Why do you love toilet brush? Why? Why do you love toilet brush? I don't understand. Why? Why, Trady? Explain yourself. Why do you love toilet? No, why do you love toilet brush? Tell me. Why?